Hey guys, what's up in this video on comparing the specs and features of the Samsung Galaxy S5 versus the LG G2. So first of all, I'm gonna start off with the display. So we get a 5.2-inch display on the LG G2 versus a slightly lower 5.1-inch display on the Galaxy S5. Both displays are 1080p HD displays, and also in terms of the PPI, we get 10 more PPI on the S5, which is 432 PPI versus 423 PPI on the LG G2. Now in terms of the display, there's not much of a difference, almost identical display, and which is a disappointment for the S5. And of course, in terms of the software, we get Android 4.4.2 Kitkat on both devices, and also in terms of the weight of both devices, the LG G2 is a little bit lighter as compared to the Galaxy S5 at about 143 gram versus 145 gram on the S5. And also in terms of the thickness of both devices, the Galaxy S5 is a lot more slimmer as compared to the LG G2 at about 8.1mm versus 8.9mm. And of course, the Galaxy S5 is waterproof and dustproof at the same time, whereas the LG G2 is not. And also in terms of the display, we have in terms of the display, the display on the S5 is Super AMOLED HD display, whereas the display on the LG G2 is IPS LCD display. So you can definitely check the quality. Some say the IPS LCD display has a better color accuracy as compared to the Super AMOLED, but some say that the Super AMOLED looks good under the sun. So everyone has their own opinion. So moving down to the camera department, we have a 16 megapixel camera with LED flash on the S5 versus a 13 megapixel camera on the LG G2. Both are capable of recording 1080p HD video at 60 frames per second, but the Galaxy S5 can record a 4K video at 30 frames per second, which is a new thing in the S5. But the LG G2 does take some advantage by having an optical image stabilization built into the camera. And also, whereas the S5 has same digital image stabilization as the Note 3 and the S4 and the other devices which have been made by the LG. So in terms of the front-facing camera, 2.1 megapixel on both devices, 1080p HD video recording. And of course, under the hood, we have a Snapdragon 801 processor on the Galaxy S5 versus a Snapdragon 800 processor on the LG G2. Basically, the Snapdragon 801 on the S5 is a little bit better than we get on the Z2, which is clocked at 2.3 gigahertz. But on the Galaxy S5, this is clocked at 2.5 gigahertz. Whereas the Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 on the G2 has 4 cores clocked at 2.26 gigahertz. And we have same GPU, Adreno 330 GPU, and also in terms of the RAM, both devices have 2GB of RAM, and also in terms of the storage, we have 16GB of internal storage on the Galaxy S5 versus 32GB of internal storage on the LG G2. And the G2 doesn't support micro SD slot option, whereas the S5 has option of micro SD slot expansion up to 64GB. And looking at the battery, we have a slightly better 3000 mAh battery on the G2 versus a 2800 mAh battery on the S5. And S5 is scheduled to release, has a scheduled release of on April 2014. There's no specific date, but of course we're going to be seeing this device in early April 2014. So yes, thanks for watching guys. Quick little video of comparison of specs. Make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe button to support me, and I will see you next one. Peace out.